Most people think you have to lose weight before running gets easier. But what if I told you being overweight is exactly why Zone 2 running works so well? At 30 pounds over my ideal weight, I was running slower than ever. However, I was also building more endurance, burning more fat, and recovering faster. So today I'm going to show you why running slow in your aerobic zone is the smartest way to lose weight, get faster, and finally stop burning out for the average runner. You know the feeling you get when you go for a run and you're overweight and you've got your belly bouncing around, your man boobs bouncing around, and you feel like jello and you're like, why the heck am I doing this? Like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to do this, but I want to do it. I want to lose the weight. I want to get faster. I want to move my body so I'm not rusting, so I'm just not kind of falling apart as I get older. Look, I get it. I understand. You know, when you hit 40, things start to go a little south. Being a masters runner, look, it's not always fun, specifically if you've got eating disorders or you just love eating chips or drinking beer or whatever it is, like pizza at 11 o'clock at night on a Friday, you're out with friends, whatever it is, whatever your vice is, whatever that addiction to food is, I get it. I think we've all been there once before. However, trying to stop is hard. But if you can change the diet aspect, if you could turn it around and stop eating, you know, later in the evening, like kind of quit at like, let's say 8:30 or maybe even 9, you know, that could go a long way. Maybe eating pizza once a month instead of like a couple of times a week. Maybe not, you know, sitting there and just chowing down on all the cheese and crackers and chips and pop and soda and all the sugary things that we have, or all the bagels and muffins. Like, I get it. Like, it's yummy. I like it too. However, there reaches a point where you're like, look, you know what? It's got to change. So running can change a lot. Once you've got your diet dialed in, and they can work together, okay? But if you can get your diet dialed in, it doesn't have to be perfect. But if you can start with that, okay? Start with that. Then adding in running can really start to change. So running in Zone 2 is fantastic. I've enjoyed it in all of my years running. It's something that brings me a lot of joy, and I've talked about it on this channel many times. If you're new, welcome aboard. There's lots of videos around on this channel. Go back into the catalog of videos I got. I talk about a lot of this stuff, but I'll link some of these videos down below, and maybe they'll be able to help you. Maybe they talk to you like they talk to me. Yes, being overweight can significantly affect Zone 2 running, but not in the way that most people think. So here's how it plays out. Higher heart rate at a lower effort. When you're carrying the extra weight, your heart has to work harder to move the body, okay? To move myself, I need to work harder, even at lower intensities. And this means you may hit your Zone 2 heart rate at a slower pace, you know, like brisk walking or running really slow. Okay, it's normal, and it doesn't mean you're not out of shape. It means your body is working efficiently at that current level. Zone 2 is about heart rate, not speed. Greater energy demand. Extra rate equals more energy needed to move in Zone 2 during your training. You burn more calories, especially from fat, which is a great metabolic benefit. Over time, your body gets better at using fat as a fuel, exactly what aerobic training is supposed to develop. 3 is musculoskeletal stress. Extra weight puts more pressure on your joints, specifically your knees, your ankles, and your hips. That's why slow, steady Zone 2 running, even walking, really is ideal, and it builds endurance without the stress of high impact efforts. You're going to improve your cardiovascular system while reducing the injury risk. Fat loss plus aerobic gains go hand in hand. Zone 2 training promotes fat oxidation, which helps improve the metabolic health, support gradual weight loss, make running feel easier when the weight comes off. Think of it like this. The fitter you get aerobically, the easier running becomes. And the more sustainable your weight is, the more sustainable your weight loss is. The key takeaway though, being overweight doesn't limit zone 2 training. It makes it even more important. You're building an aerobic foundation. Your body needs to support your weight loss and your health goals safely and efficiently. Over the years, I've gotten faster by slowing down. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's true. Look, while it may be easy to talk about all of these things, losing weight, running slow, getting a better metabolic burning rate, there are benefits to running faster as well, and you can't forget about those. But the faster you run, specifically when you're overweight, it puts so much more pressure on the joints, and your likelihood of getting injured goes up significantly, and also your motivation to continue to run goes down, in my opinion. That's what I notice. I kind of get discouraged when I'm trying to run faster when I've got so much weight on me. I'd rather start to lose the weight first and then slowly incorporate in those faster runs. So if I want to do a tempo run or a fartlek run, or maybe do some 800-meter repeats, if I want to put myself through that punishment, I would rather do that after I've lost like 20, 30 pounds. And that's just me. I don't know if you're like that, but that's just the way I roll. And so, yes, running slow really helps lose the weight. As long as you've got the diet component dialed in, it's like burning the candle at both ends on that, because you'll get there faster. So, like I always say, get out and run. If these videos are helping you in your training, or if you just like hanging out with me, talking about running, talking about becoming a better version of yourself, just trying to get motivated to get out and run, hit the like button, subscribe, and like I said, get out and run. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for being here.